Hello, everybody. How are we? It's Friday. It's time. It's time, ladies.
It is time. It flew
we
by.
have a gentleman with us today. It's time for having fun with J and J. My co-host and my BFF is right next to me over there. Say hello, Jeanette.
Hi, I'm Jeanette. Hello.
Is officially a Floridian.
Yes, I am officially a Floridian with license and plates, everything Florida. So I'm full blown.
Ready. She's got her patio. Her wall is white because she just moved in yesterday. So we're gonna see changes in her area soon.
Background.
And she's not going to be driving anywhere for a while, and we're very excited to have her back because we got plans, ladies. Right?
Jeanette? Yeah, we do.
Plans.
We got big plans.
So today you'll notice we don't have. It's just us. It's us in all of our glory.
But we started out this way, so why wouldn't it be?
Aren't we enough for y'all? Am I not enough for you?
You can't handle the truth. No,
So we do not have a crafter today because we thought this is what show, Jeanette, are we 14 or 15?
15.
Okay, so this was an anniversary date. This is the 15. This is the big 1-5.
1-5.
We got 5, we got 10, we got 15. 15. So we thought we would talk just briefly about who we are. I know we did a little bit at the beginning of the show. We kind of make little remarks when we're talking to different crafters, but we actually haven't really gone into our backgrounds a little bit. So I don't know.
We never do talk about ourselves.
Huh?
We never do talk about ourselves.
Not a lot. I mean, not a lot. I mean, y'all know we're crafters and
that's it, but they don't really know us.
Right.
So this is a good opportunity to introduce ourselves.
And yeah,
who kind of are we really the behind the scenes.
By day, but then by night. I know, right? So Jeanette, you started off. Start with your, because she's way more exciting than I am.
Really?
Yeah. She has stuff in an elephant. You wouldn't believe. I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna show it now that you said it. Okay.
Yeah, see?
So, what else? Okay, that's crafters, what we do. But yes, my name is Jeanette Jordan. And of course, all of you know me as the owner of Creations of the Heart Art. What you don't know is how I got there. It's been a long journey. I think she's heard it plenty of times, but I don't think Jenny knows that much. But let me tell you a quick history. Basically, I was raised in New York City from the Bronx. So I'm J-Lo from the Bronx, but I'm J Jordan, okay? So I'm the original. Anyway, I'm joking. Anyway.
I wouldn't have guessed that, but,
my mother.
I always call you like Rosie.
My mother.
Rosie Perez. She's sassy.
Yeah, they do. They do say that. Yeah. Everybody says I sound like her, but I don't have her money, okay? That's what I need. Mookie. I need the Mookie money, okay? That's what I need. Anyway, so I was raised in the Bronx with my mother, and my mother was deaf, okay? And my brother at 16 lost his vision. He went legally blind. He has a story of his own. Long term, real short, he became a minister after he graduated high school. But then my mother, as tough as she was one of these characters that will not let you fail in life. And she 4 feet something told me with a broom in her hand that I better do something with my life because she wasn't going to be supporting me. And I'm like, Okay. so so now we're in 1985, and I'm on the subway with my friend Lisa coming home from the train, and there's an Uncle Sam picture right there saying, "I want you for the army. I want you." And I say, "Hey Lisa, you want to go to the army?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, come on." So next day we went, just as easy as that. We went to downtown Chambers Street and we signed up for the army. And I was in the army for a very long time, since 1987. And then I got out in 2014. So I retired. I had many good years, and I did 2 deployments, Iraq and Kuwait, and I loved them both. After that, when kind of you retire, you go, what now? So I went to a program says Truth for Teachers, and they pay for it. So I went ahead and went to PHS, Pasco College right here, and they have the Truth for Teachers, and I became an ESOL teacher. And then I liked it so much that I got my master's in ESOL teaching. So I was real happy about that. So after I became a teacher and worked that for 19 years, I quit. I said, this place is going crazy. So I went and I left. And I could have gone to work out of college because I have my PhD, but I didn't. I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. So all of a sudden, I started creating stuff, and I said, let me revive Creations of the Heart, because Creation of the Heart started when I was in Kuwait and I was just painting. So I sold over 300 of my paintings, just, out of just pure anxiety that I was painting, and I sold them. And I had let it go because I had a major life change and I didn't know what to do. So in the major life change, I went ahead and I married my husband now, and we went and we decided to go ahead and travel, and we started traveling and went to Indiana. And there I started, saying, hey, I joined this company and started selling jewelry. And I really wasn't into it, but I did it because of a friend. Then after that, I moved to Texas for the same friend. And then I discovered that I had talent. You ever do that wow moment, like, oh, I didn't know I can do that. So I wanted to reopen my Creations of the Heart at that time, but I put now Creations of the Heart art. And I started playing with epoxy resin, and I started making these molds, and I became in love with this clock that right now they know me as the Clock Lady, and it's trademarked now of all the designs that I make. And that became coasters, that became then the sisters, that became then jewelry that I make. And now it's like it became it blew up, right? So this is now within a year and within 2 years. And then all of a sudden I got on a platform called Alignable, and I met Jenny. And then Jenny came with this idea, and I was like, wait, what? And I said, okay. So this is now the good and present, the wonderful, brand new, trademark, everything different Creations of the Heart art. And that's how I became the person I am today.
And her clocks are amazing. And I actually used one of them in one of my, I do little mock-ups for my book. And I put it in there on the little,
that's right,
on a little mantle. They really are beautiful. And she finally figured out that they were of value, and she priced them correctly.
Yeah, I did price them correctly.
Yeah, we've talked about that for a while. And so I mean, that's
my brief history.
What a journey. Like, what a journey. This is why everybody's story is important, and everybody's travels are so vital to who you are at the moment. And you probably had all that talent, you did the painting, but life stops you, and you kind of like, okay, I don't really want to do that right now, I can't think about it. And then you get to a part in your life where it really is helpful. That creativity comes out, and it really helps you get through things that you may, it's a lifesaver, I think, in some instances.
It was, because the art was created because due to my PTSD and anxiety, I had to do something to get my nerves controlled. And that's why I started painting, and I fell in love with it. But now what I do now,
right? It's much
Yes,
better
way
than
better than mids, man. So now that we got me, let's go to you, baby girl. Your turn. Let the people know who you are.
I'm way older than her. So I go back a little ways, but I was fostered out as a child, very young child. I did see my parents occasionally, but I was with an older woman, stayed with her. I thought she was my grandmother, but she wasn't. But she taught me two things. She taught me self-reliance because I was doing stuff at a very early age, like ironing my clothes at 7 and 8, going to the store. But she was also old school with crocheting and knitting and embroidery. And so my love of crafting came from that, and books. So I was from a family of ended up 6. I have a brother and 2 sisters. One's older than me and one's younger. And but I was there by myself. So I didn't have a lot of like friends, I hung out with older people just because that was my environment. So I was a voracious reader, read all the time. And I could travel, in my books, and I could go places that I didn't get to go. And it was a typical, I lived in Southern California my whole life, LA. I don't have an accent, but when I went to Europe, they said I had an accent. They go, you must be from California. Like, how can you tell? So I went to Catholic school, elementary, and then that woman actually passed away. And so I moved back in with my parents, and mom was not, mom was ill a lot, and I had a baby sister. So I just like to create things. And my sister and I, my older sister and I, were both entrepreneurial minded. Part of our problem is that we don't like people telling us what to do. We're really like,
definitely not military material.
I know. My daddy, who was in the Army, I wanted to enlist. He said, "Sis, it was not a good idea." Not a good idea. So my sister and I started a bikini business back in it was probably 76. Yeah. Didn't know that, right?
I did not know that. See, people, I'm learning too. What the heck? A bikini? Okay, you're going to have to make me one for big people.
Yep. And my job was to crochet. We did the little triangle tops. So I crocheted the tops and crocheted the string in the top. She made the fabric bottoms. So we had the very cool Hawaiian bottoms, right? Ooh. And then I matched them with the color yarn on the top. So you might imagine if it's someone like me who's not as blessed, mine went faster. But if I went for a young woman that was a little bit more blessed than me, it took me a while. So I was
but here's the thing though.
In Malibu, would I be crocheting?
I want to know, do you got pictures of any of this stuff?
I don't know. I have to look for them, but I don't know.
I'm not curious. Like bikini, really?
Yeah. I was just, and so every time my face was either in a book or I was crocheting.
Right.
And so I got the thing about it is that my sisters could zip those bottoms through, and we had a pattern, and you were, small, medium, large, and we wore our own bikinis, and I'd be on the beach and someone would say, "Oh, you got a cute bikini." And I'm like, "You want one? You want one? You want one?"
So you started early.
I did. And we sold them. Her boyfriend had a beanbag shop out of a gas station. And wow. I used to take care of that, like sell beanbags. And while I was selling beanbags, I was crocheting. And he ended up, hi Norb, he ended up owning like 4, I think he's got 3 or 4 furniture stores up in Santa Clarita Valley. So we still talk a little bit. So hi Norb, he ended up having a beautiful business. Anyway, I got married young, got married at 18, had my first daughter at 20. I made all of her quilts. I did her room. Did interior design. I did all that stuff. Everything was handmade. Had 2 more kids. Still doing crafting, but I wanted to make money at it. And I would make little baby shoes for people. I put little rhinestones on them and stuff. Y'all now have so much great stuff to work with. We didn't have all that stuff back then. We didn't have like Michaels, and we had fabric strips, but it wasn't like it is now. And we didn't have the internet. I did quilts. I did mosaics. I did, besides that, I learned how to fix everything, because when you don't have a lot of money, you have to learn how to do those
Make
things.
Money. Yeah.
And so all my kids got crocheted blankets. They all got baby blankets. I got into the basket business.
What?
I made amazing. These baskets were amazing. I sent a ginormous one to a friend of mine. She was doing a fiesta, and I actually took a blender and I roped it into the basket, and I put a bottle of Jose Cuervo, a bottle of margarita mix, chips, salsa, and I shipped that sucker with a giant Cinco de Mayo theme in it. And I of course, totally did not charge enough.
No. We never do we?
Never do. So I did baskets. I also worked as a realtor. I had my own design business for a while. I did carpets and drapes and sold wall coverings. And then the kids grew up. I'm still looking for a way to get to, I really was interested in selling what I did, like what I made. And every time I gave someone something, Jeanette, every time you give someone a gift, they're like, oh my gosh, you should sell this,
Yeah.
And then my daughter, she met her husband. They met actually in chef school. By the way, I both of us cook. Jeanette's a baker. I know that about you. But
I didn't say that story, did I? That I opened up a bakery.
But she had her own baking business.
Yeah, I did. It was Jeanette's Custom Bakery. Yeah. I forgot. It's not that I forget. It's that it's so much.
But I know. But it's important because anybody who cooks knows it's an art. Not all people can actually do it or do it well. So my daughter grew up with me baking and cooking all the time. We did put dinners together. I did a couple of. She started when she went to cooking school at school, and then she went to the Cordon Bleu in Pasadena, and she met her my son-in-law. He went into the military right after 9/11 and did Kuwait 2 tours, and he was in for 16 years. But right as she went in, she would tell me stories about the wives of the military, and she'd say, "Mom, there's no money." She said they're living off, they're giving them they have to go on food stamps sometimes because they don't have any money. And I'm thinking, okay, what the hell? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that, but you don't want people serving our country, going out and putting your backside out there as bullets are flying and ships are going by, and they can't pay for their kids' diapers. That's ridiculous. So I was trying to think of something that women who had gifts, skills could use, how we could give them an outlet. And I had started off with Military Moms Mall. My idea was a virtual mall where women could go and, kind of like Etsy before Etsy was Etsy.
Right.
I just didn't have the funds. So this has been in the making for a very, very long time. It went through I was on my 3rd developer, the person to do my website. And the idea was, for women who came from, Oklahoma or Maine or New York, if they could make dog biscuits, if they did, blankets if they sewed or whatever their skill was, that we could give them an outlet. And I based it towards the military. We ended up wanting to include all crafters, and that's what the site is about. I also have, along with my love of books, I've written, you can see that little, that's my book. That's Jack and Milo. It's a series. That's my dog and that's my husband.
And the real people, I know that I met Milo. So Milo's a cute dog. He's just like that book. So that's interesting.
He's a pistol. He's a bull terrier. I want to bring education and comprehension to children's books. Mm-hmm. I don't have a social agenda at all. My dog is a dog. My husband is a husband. He's a dude. Likes to fly. He drives trucks. And there's no.
You went into detail. I didn't even get to talk about my kids.
I see. That's all I want to do is I want kids to learn to read and to understand what they're reading. And I don't have any other agenda. I'm kind of old school on that. Come up with a activities book. I also sell mugs.
So the activity book. I mean, come on, let us see it. I love that book. I'm still waiting on my copy.
Hold on, I get it. Hold on.
I make her go get it because it's important, While she go get that book, I have 2 kids. So I have a son and a daughter.
She does, and they're brilliant.
Yes, my son actually is a chef. He loves to cook, and his wife is just like me, very, very artisty, and a baker too. It's like I don't want to talk about that, but my daughter, she is very artsy and she does nails. She was on the show already. So and I'm a grandma of 3. And my granddaughter, I am gonna say this: my granddaughter Callista got an award for art.
See,
for being the most artistic. I was like, what?
It comes in the blood. I mean, it does. My son's an artist. Went to CSUN Art School. My oldest is the chef, and my middle daughter, her photography. If I could get her to work as a photographer, she's amazing. She's got such an eye. So you can pass this gene on, ladies. This is,
It is. And it's funny how they say their kids marry almost close to their mother. That's why I didn't want to talk about my daughter-in-law, because I love her to pieces, but she's just like me.
I know.
She bakes. She's an artist. And I'm like, that's why I was like, wait a minute, what? So it's true that sons marry copies of almost their mom, And but yeah, she's brilliant, and the kids came out the same. So I'm very proud of her. And I have a grandson too, and I'm waiting to see what his talent is and stuff.
I'm telling you, my grandson, 15, and my granddaughter's 12. I think it's 12. He has a YouTube channel, and he has more subscribers than we do. So
my gosh,
start subscribing. He said, Grandma, I'll share some of my subscribers with you.
Yeah. It is the most cutest thing.
It is the funniest thing.
Let me see the book.
Oh, the book. Okay, so this is the book. This is the front page. This is my granddaughter.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
And that's Milo. And so what I did was I just took coloring. I gotta get in the camera. And there's word searches.
I love word searches.
And there's word scrambles. There's a plane that you can do dot to dot. All kinds of activities trying to keep them to read and write. And I also do mats for kids that, when the kids are at the restaurant, I have a Jack and Milo mat. So when Jeanette and I met, it was kind of like a blind date.
Yeah.
I went on Alignables. We probably talked too long about ourselves, but we have very long and very amazing. We really have amazing families and amazing, life, and it's full of ups and downs and stuff and everything, just like everybody else. But we were going to do a thing on Alignables. Jeanette's much better at it than I am. I went on it. She came onto my site, Evenist. She's a vendor there. She's so brave, and she's like, oh yeah, I'm going to do that. and I'm still working on it, guys. It's like everything else. It's
It
a
takes time.
it's a work in progress, and I got to get, people trust.
Mm-hmm.
We're not, again, we're not a giant conglomerate. We are crafters, just like you guys.
Yeah,
We
but
just
we want to expand the vision because we know that we don't get the vision or the visual. We don't get the advertising like everybody else does. Unless you're a big thing, like, I don't know, name something big like
we're
Hobby
not
Lobby.
we don't have Martha Stewart's money, and
Yeah,
we
we don't
don't have
have
the
that.
connections. But
No.
what we do have is we have a love of people.
Yes. And
Um,
we do love helping people.
and
Mm-hmm.
we think that our crafters that we've met, and that Jeanette does pop-ups, and she meets the most amazing. She had to leave her pop-up family in Texas, and now she's going to create another pop-up family in Florida.
Yeah.
I have people that I talk with. Oh, I do book cover designs, things like that. So, hi, Laverne. That's Laverne.
Yeah, that's Laverne. She's saying that my Amazon package is here.
Oh.
Pa, la puerta. Live
So
and real. Yeah. She
we
won't shut up unless somebody opens the door. That's
oh
why.
yeah, well, she's on it. She's on it. So we met on
Abre
online
la puerta.
calls,
Sorry.
and we wanted to find a way to reach other crafters, to give other crafters the ability to show people, to give them marketing material. Again, our whole goal at this point is to get as much information out there as we can. We're not about teaching you how to do your craft or your skill or whatever art you do. We're trying to provide an environment where you feel safe to come on to talk with us, to know that we're real, and to give you all of our experience, and to learn from you, and to create a place that you can go. Whether it's my site, look, the more you're out there for freebies and low cost items, the better. You will have to pay for some things. Okay. Jeanette and I both know nothing's free.
Yeah. But I did that question. If you offer them a free e-commerce store spot, if you offer them a free show where they can showcase, they can come on here, and our subscribers are growing, people, and people are getting interested in what we're saying because we're new in doing this. So we're getting the views, and this is the thing. We want to help people out there. Somebody told me that once free is no good, but you know what? To me, and the way I am is blessings always come when you help others, and that's just my belief, and that's it. Nobody has to agree with it, but I sure believe in it because it does happen, right? So
someone said to me, well, what's in it for me? Okay. That's a good question. So if I have crafters on, if I'm providing a service where y'all can come on here and talk with us about your business, right? More people are going to watch us, and our businesses are going to grow, and we're going to help your business to grow. You might run into somebody or find somebody in our show that you can
collaborate with,
or they have like we have Brittany on the show, and we have Sarah, and Jeanette met them through Alignables, and they've been so helpful with our website, with this, being able to produce the show. So we really are wanting to just let everybody know that we really are the real deal. We wish that we could, that we had more funds, that we could go a little deeper, but we're just getting started.
We have goals, and we're gonna get our goals. So we have another show being created also. What it is
the Creative Spirit.
The Creative Spirit. And I can't wait to get that now that I'm a little settled in. Well, not almost, but almost, at least we're in our home. So we'll be able to do that, and we'll send out news about that. But right now, let me go ahead and read the actually the word of the day.
So what do we have today?
Well, today is actually what we're talking about, which is like, oh my gosh, it's really, really amazing that everything that we talk about, it does happen. So let me get it. But today is benefit of the doubt. That's the topic, benefit of the doubt. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. It comes from 1 Corinthians 13:7. So when you have that benefit of the doubt, that you have, like, you, what do we say? You have that little voice saying yes, you have the other little voice saying no. Just ignore it all, because it does say that it endures through every circumstance. That means that as long as you have perseverance and you keep dreaming on what you want to do for your business, don't let no one tell you you can't do that. That's not a real job. That's not this. I can't stand that. You're not a real job. What? I did my job, but you make it your own. Don't let nobody talk you down, because you never know. They could be jealous of you, that you're thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? So don't let nobody get in your mind and give you doubt, is the message. Basically, you don't, don't give up. It says love never gives up. And never loses faith. That's what you got to keep going. You got to keep pushing yourself forward to find what's your passion. What's your passion? Do you have a passion? Then go for the passion. Don't let no one take away your passion, because your passion is your ability, your creativity, wanting to come out to make this business. So if you have a business idea, go for it. And you know what? Sometimes it's better not to say nothing until you have reached the top, because I never told nobody about our show, Jen, and look at it. And every time somebody would even say, I just invite, well, how did you come up with it? Oh, I didn't. I give all the blame to Jenny. I go, oh, Jenny came. So that, you take all the credit. I don't mind taking no credit, because it's the truth. But that's the whole thing. You have to take the faith. I had to have faith enough to say, yes, let's do it.
Yep. And that's, you know what? It's really awesome to work with somebody. Again, Jeanette and I, we have never met in person. I just want y'all to know this. She lived in Mansfield, Texas, and I lived in San Antonio when we started this collaboration. Mm-hmm. And we talked on the phone, and we've done an interview that lasted forever. It's kind of like this forever. You can't find that on YouTube. I did post it on YouTube. I tried to cut it, and I just couldn't. So it's there. It's long, but you'll see a relationship develop between the two of us. Mm-hmm. You couldn't probably get us. She was in New York and I was in California, and you couldn't get two more diverse or different experiences. And yet we're here because we have a passion, and we have, both of us do not take no for an answer. And if that door doesn't open, then we're going to find a way.
We're going to find another way. Yeah, yes. We'll go open up the door. Oh, this didn't work? Okay, plan A, let's go to plan B. How many letters are in the alphabet? 26? Well, we'll try 26 times, and then we'll start doubling it up. So AA plan didn't work? Well, let's go to BB. Yep. But the thing is not to give up and say yes. What you got to lose? Nothing. You don't got to lose anything.
Nothing. It's just, and every from me sitting in that beanbag shop.
Yeah. And from me being, and from me painting in the army. So you from the beanbagging, it's just making it happen. Don't let nobody take your joy away or your dreams. That's basically it. No.
And don't let anybody devalue you or devalue what you're doing.
That's right.
Because just because you're not at a Fortune 500 company, doesn't mean that you're of less value. We put all the value on money, and I get that, and that's what we're all trying to do here, is to make a living and to make business out of our crafting. But we're all intertwined, and there's a lot of people a lot of women especially, who have gone that route, and now they're like, man, I want to go to the farm, and I want to hang out with my chickens and my children, and I don't want to do this anymore. So whatever floats your boat, whatever you find joy in,
do it. Just do
it. Is a doable thing. And
don't let nobody, and believe me, I prefer not to tell nobody what I'm doing, only my husband, because he's always backing me up. He goes, whatever you want, babe. And as long as it's in the rules, like if it's meant for you, it will be meant for you. When someone, see, the dangers is if you talk too much, and I know that sometimes it does happen. We talk too much to our friends and they start jibby jabbing your ear. Oh, you never know. You got to get that right friend, because Jenny was like, I think I don't even know. You're going to have to ask her why on earth me, but you know,
I love you.
yeah, and the thing is, I don't think I ever gave her a no for an answer. I think whatever she goes, it's like, because I trust her. So it's like, okay, let's do it. Okay, let's do it. Oh, let's try this. Like when I say, let's try this. Okay, yeah, let's do it. I mean, it doesn't hurt. You just go for it. And that's why we're successful women. And I feel that we're successful women because we're already out there. We're doing what we love, we passion. And now it's just benefiting from it. And that's what we're working on. And it's just a happy place that I want to be. We both say we could do this full time. We would, you know, be always.
Yeah, we have a couple of gals that we've met, and again, Alignables. We're going to go back to Alignables on our next show, I think. But who have been looking for kindred spirits like us, and we're so glad that we've met them. And they're wonderful women, and they've been doing crafting for years, and we're giving them a voice. We're giving them validation.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's a world out there that doesn't really want us to feel that we're part of the society, but we are, ladies. If you go on Instagram and you scroll through how many soap ladies there are, how many Heidelberg, how many crochet ladies, how many authors, independent authors, they're all over the United States, they're all over the world. So they're making cheese, they're making, you know, some are actually making wine, some are creating pet items, baby items, candles. So this isn't a small thing. It's just because you see everybody individually, and you don't see it as a group. But
I have a group. I do have a group. My alignable group is 43,000 crafters. That's just one group.
And that's just one company. That's not even people that aren't, you know, so it's really, it could be a movement, and it could be something that this world needs because it's positive, it's creative. If we don't have anything else in common, we have that, and that's all we need. You can believe what you want to believe, but basically your gifts came from somewhere.
That's right. That's right.
And we want to be able to use that. So I know we kind of ran over our time, but we very rarely get to do this.
No, we don't.
So the word of the day, pick a word of the day for yourself.
Yes.
Pick a word Jeanette and I will call each other and we're like, okay, was that the day from you know where? And they're like, oh my gosh, I can't, you know, I don't even know how I made it through the day. And the stories, I'm sure everybody has them. Mistakes.
We would like to hear your story. If you're interested in being in our show, and like I said, it doesn't cost you a thing, but share it with other people. All you have to do is write us an email at havingfunwithjandj@gmail.com, and let's give you the instructions. That's how easy it is.
It really, everybody, I had another gal talk to me, and she's like, well, I've never done this before. That's okay. We'll work you through it.
We don't practice. There's no rehearse. What you see is what you get. What you see is what you get. We're real. We love helping people, and where the Lord is going to take us from here, we only know. Because let me tell you, He will do it. You ask for it. He does say, "Ask and you shall receive." The problem is we never ask because we're too scared to ask, and that's a whole different sermon. So that's
a whole different sermon. But it's true. So thank you all very much for hanging in with us this extra 10 minutes. Again, you can catch us. We're both on Facebook. All of our businesses are on Facebook. It's Having Fun with J&J Show. That's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We have YouTube channels. We're really all over the place.
Instagram, LinkedIn. We're all over.
And so check us out. If you have any doubts about who we are all over. We both have our own separate sites, and we have sites together. So you can check out what we do and what the content we put out.
Right.
But we'd love to have you on the show. My business actually caters mostly to women crafters. But if you're a guy and you want to come on having J&J show, or that's absolutely fine with that. We're going to be doing the creative spirit, which will encompass anybody that wants to be on. So have a
beautiful day, because hey, just in case before we leave, you notice something different today?
Yeah. Do you look how she's styling? Do you see that? She's looking all like, yeah.
All right, we're gonna go.
Got new glasses, and they came just in time for the show.
Yes, and I can see.
And she can see.
All right then.
And my glasses are somewhere that I've lost, because Jeanette, I lose everything.
Yeah, I know.
She knows that about me.
Yeah. All right then.
So we love you all. Thank you so much for hanging in there with us. Next week we're going to be doing two shows
next week. Yes. 2 shows next week. We have this beautiful couple. They're in business together, and I would love to hear their story. You're going to be fascinated. That's going to be Thursday night at 7:00. Okay.
Yep.
Eastern time. So please make sure you be here and join us. Then we have a beautiful lady on Friday. So, and then she'll share her stuff. So we have double whammies next week.
Double whammy next week.
I am so
double
happy
header
for it.
Get your
hot
dogs, get your popcorn. We got a double header.
I know it's gonna be fantastic.
Hot dogs.
Yeah, I know. So we definitely got to get off this thing. But hey, thank you for joining us, and share with your friends and go live.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do our overlay, and then you're gonna turn us off, right?
Yep, exactly. I'm gonna try. Go ahead.
All right, guys.
Soundstripe.